Welcome to Bryer CD Showcase. I am Bryer Cisneros, and today we are doing the first episode of my CD collection series. Now, if you've been following the channel for a while, then you probably already know that I already did this a long time ago, but obviously things had changed since then. I didn't have as many CDs nor as many subscribers, and so since the channel is over 200, I think it's probably best to do like an updated series just so new folks know what I have right now, and also a good refresher for those who have stuck with the channel for a while. So hopefully this will be a lot of fun. So each part will be kind of one section. So for part one, I'm just going to be going through just this top shelf, and as the series will go on, you'll obviously find just how convoluted my storage system goes, but it should be pretty interesting regardless. So let's go ahead, let's do this. But first, I do want to give a quick announcement. So on Thursday, August 11th, I'll be appearing on my first ever live stream. So my good buddy Jason from Jason The Old Millennial, he's going to be hosting a live stream where we talk about our favorite animated films. So it should be a lot of fun. So if you want to kind of hear me talk about something other than music, this will be a great opportunity. So please go check it out. I'll leave a link in the description to Jason's channel just so you kind of be ready for that. So without further ado, let's get this started. Okay, so I'm going to be standing up straight now. Obviously my head's going to be out of frame, but at the end of the day, it's going to be the CDs that are going to be the main focus, not my face. So that should be all right. So obviously I go by alphabetical order, and I usually change things up. Like for example, if it's a solo artist, there's some days I organize it by first names, but there are some times I'll want to change it and I'll organize it by last name. So for this series, I went by last name. So obviously for like Kate Bush, for example, like she'll be in the B's rather than the K's. That's just how I decided to go with it this time around. But you know, again, I'll change it up every once in a while just to keep things fresh. All right, so I am on a swivel chair, so make sure you leave a like on the video. Every like is a prayer that I don't fall off and die. So let's go ahead, let's start now. So obviously we're gonna start all the way over here in the A's. So the first one I'm going to be showing is ABBA with ABBA Gold. Again, probably the essential ABBA collection. I don't own any of their albums, but I hope maybe in sometime in the future. And I won't go too in depth on all these because again, it's a lot, so I don't want to make this video too long. I'll only give like insightful commentary if it warrants it. So next up, we're going with Paula Abdul. Okay, just keep moving. Then up next we just have quite a bit of AC/DC. We have High Voltage, which you probably recall I did a video where I talked about debut albums. I purposely didn't talk about this one, mainly because I don't know where to classify it. Obviously for us in the States, this is the first album, but I know in Australia they released 3 albums prior, so not sure if I want to include it. Maybe in the future I'll include Let the Beat Rock, Highway to Hell, Back in Black, of course, Look at the Switch, very underrated album in my opinion, The Razor's Edge, and finally their latest album, Power Up, very strong album. Okay, let's put these back. Okay, next up we have Accept, Restless and Wild, and Balls to the Wall. Great German metal. This one is recent, Ace of Base. If you saw my last video or the last couple videos, then you probably already know my thoughts on it. Bryan Adams, just a very short one. There's only 12 songs in it, but it's probably all I'll need from him. Okay, next up we have some Aerosmith. Have their debut. Just get a couple out. Get Your Wings, Toys in the Attic, Rocks, Draw the Line, Nine the Ruts, and finally Permanent Vacation. I'm hoping I'm getting these in view because again I'm using my phone. And when I record my videos, I usually use the back camera rather than the selfie camera, mainly because I think the quality of the camera is slightly better. So apologies if any of these scenes go out of frame. But anyway, Aha, Hunting High and Low. Very good stuff. Alan Parsons Project, Eye in the Sky. Alcatraz, No Parole for Rock and Roll. Great band, Graham Bonnet on vocals, great stuff. Allman Brothers Band, of course we have At Fillmore East. Rick Astley, Whenever You Need Somebody. Atlantic Star, this one, All in the Name of Love, and We're Moving Up. Now we're already in the B's now, surprisingly. So we have Baby Metal, very odd band, just a bunch of J-pop or Japanese pop and heavy metal. Interesting combination. Not the hugest fan of it, but there's some decent songs in there. Backstreet Boys, Millennium. And I have this Bad Company Greatest Hits. This is 10 from 6. You're probably familiar with this one. A good starter if you want to get into Bad Company, but we'll get some more Bad Company later. I'll explain why later when we get to like probably part 2. Anita Baker, Rapture. We have 2 albums by the band so far. Music from Big Pink, and of course the self-titled or the Brown album. Of course we got Summer in Paradise by the Beach Boys. Again, hilariously funny. And we have some Beatles. I'm still trying to get every Beatles album. So we have Help. This one's the most recent edition, Rubber Soul. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, Essential. And then I have this like very early issue of the White Album, so it's done on 2 separate jewel cases. I'm pretty sure people don't do this anymore, but it's interesting to have. I definitely hope to get a much better quality version, a more updated remaster of it, but these are fine for now. Make sure these are in the right order. Now, I, like most people, have this in this particular order, so even though Let B is technically the last one released, personally I think Abbey Road is the true finale to the band. So I usually have Let It Be before Abbey Road. And then finally for the Beatles we have One. This is a great compilation. A lot of great songs here. Now, this is a soundtrack, and you know, it's technically not a studio album by this band, but because the songs in here are so synonymous with this film, I might as well make it a Bee Gees album. So Saturday Night Fever. So again, it's technically not a Bee Gees album, but I include them. And of course, we have, what is this one called? Spirits Having Flown. Spirits Having Flown. And I have this Bee Gees Greatest Hits. It's on 2 discs. Pat Benatar, Live from Earth. Now, Bill Evans' Trio, I included in the B's because I considered it. It says trios in it, so I count it as a group. Great stuff there. And now we're into Black Sabbath. Of course, we have the debut, Paranoid, and Master of Reality. But wait, there's more. Let me see if I can look at all this out. So we have Volume 4. My Favorites, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, Sabotage. Then skipping a few, we have Born Again with Ian Gillan on vocals. And we have Headless Cross with Tony Martin on vocals. Alright, next up we're going to Blue Oyster Cult. Of course, we have the self-titled debut, Tyranny and Mutation, Secret Treaties, Agents of Fortune, Spectres, Mirrors. Let me see. I was trying to remember how you say this one. Cultosaurus erectus. And then last one I have is Fire of Unknown Origins. Michael Bolton. The only one I have of him. Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet. Probably will be the only Bon Jovi album I'll own. Of course, we have Boston. And what collection does not have Boston? So now we're moving to David Bowie. Of course, we have Hunky Dory. Ziggy Stardust, Aladdin Sane, Station to Station, Low, Heroes, Scary Monsters and Super Creeps, Black Star, and I have this Greatest Hits. Alright, now we're moving to Kate Bush. Again, album ranking coming soon. I've shown these before, but so I'll try to make these quick. Of course, we have The Kick Inside with that very cheesy cover. Lionheart, Never Forever, The Dreaming, Hounds of Love, The Sensual World, The Red Shoes, Ariel, and 50 Words for Snow. Alright, we're definitely over halfway done with this shelf. And last thing I have of Kate Bush is this Greatest Hits, which I don't know if it's just my copy, but the mixing on there is very quiet. You really have to turn it up to hear anything. Alright, so I'm gonna rotate now. Again, hopefully I don't fall. Did you like the video yet? Anyway, here we go. So let's go ahead. Let's get the rest of these. So we have the Byrds. We have their debut, Mr. Tambourine Man. And then their second one, which is Turn, Turn, Turn. Okay, got Camel. You have Mirage and Moon Madness. Caravan, In the Land of Gray and Pink. And For Girls Who Go Plump in the Night. Okay, got a couple Belinda Carlisle albums. There is one not up here. Again, I'll get to that when we get there, but we have Runaway Horses. And then we have Live Your Life, Be Free. I think I said it wrong. Live Your Life, Be Free. There you go. You have some Carpenters. So I have this one. This was actually in my grandma's collection. My grandma had a couple CDs, but nothing too big. But I found it in the shuffle, so I was like, you know, I'll take it. And this was a posthumous album. This was released after Karen's death. And then I also have this Greatest Hits 2 CD pack. If there's 2 CDs in your Greatest Hits, it'll probably be a good compilation. Okay, we got the Cars. I have their debut, and then this Greatest Hits. I'll definitely be buying more of their albums soon. Okay, Tracy Chapman. We have her debut here. And then we have the follow-up, which was Crossroads. We have some Cheap Trick next. You have the debut. See, we have Heaven Tonight, Dream Police, Lap of Luxury, and then finally I have this Greatest Hits, which I've talked about before, but stay away from this one. These compilations suck. And yet I still have it. Okay, Chicago. Gonna be buying more of their albums. So far I have their debut. And then I have this Greatest Hits. Again, 2 CD pack, so always a good one. And I do like this compilation because it does have an equal balance between the classic period and the later period. I think it's a good balance. Okay, I do have this Eric Clapton Unplugged pack. So this comes with the original album, outtakes and alternative takes. And then disc 3 is the DVD with the concert itself. So, yep. Pretty good pack. It is very hot, by the way. Please excuse if I sound a little delirious. But up next we have Gene Clark. No Other. Great album. The Clash. London Calling. Another classic album. We have some Natalie Cole. This one, Still Unforgettable. And Unforgettable. Pretty sure this one came out first though. Okay, we're getting to the Phil Collins. I probably should have mentioned we're in C's, but I think you already got the idea already. Phil Collins, we have Face Value, of course. This is the remastered from 2016, I believe. Okay, let me just get the rest more out. Okay, we have Hello, I Must Be Going. No Jacket Required. But Seriously. Both Sides. Testify. And let me get these 2 out. We have Tarzan soundtrack. I included it in the Phil Collins catalog because, you know, Phil Collins was heavily involved in this. Brother Bear, another soundtrack he did. And then finally this Greatest Hits. Alright, so we have Alice Cooper, Billion Dollar Baby. Now, I didn't know what to do with Alice, honestly, because I know there's the band Alice Cooper, and then there's Alice Cooper, the solo artist. I was kind of really debating where I should put him, so I was like, yeah, screw it, I'll put it in C's, why not? But if you put yours in A, then I don't think it's wrong either. Okay, next, Cream. We have this one, probably the most famous album here, the only Cream album I have so far. Okay, next up, I've shown these before. I did a whole ranking on this band. So of course, talk about Creedence Clearwater Revival. So debut first. Bayou Country. Green River, Willie and the Poor Boys, Cosmos Factory, Pendulum, and of course Mardi Gras. We have some Crosby, Stills, and Nash. We have the debut. And then we have Deja Vu, when they were called Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Then last one to finish out the C's, we have Christopher Cross. Alright, so now we're officially heading into the D section. Okay, so get these three out. Show off some black metal. Of course, we have Dark Throne, Blazing Northern Sky, Under the Funeral Moon, and then we have Transylvanian Hunger. Now we have Daughtry, Leave This Town. I was only really familiar with one song, and the rest is okay. Okay, so Miles Davis next. So I have Kind of Blue, In a Silent Way, and Bitches Brew. Okay, and then we have some Taylor Dane. This is her first album, I think, Tell It to My Heart. And then we have Can't Fight Fate. Alright, now we're heading to some Deep Purple. Let me get these three first. So of course we're starting with their first three albums with Rod Evans on vocals. So we have the debut, Shades of Deep Purple. The second one, The Book of Taliesin. And then finally we have the self-titled album. Pretty good for what they are. Alright, so now we get to when Ian joined the band. Ian Gillan, of course. We have In Rock, Fireball, and Machine Head. Then I also have Made in Japan. Obviously had to get this one if you're a Deep Purple fan. And then I have this one with the Mark III lineup, so with David Coverdale and Glenn Hughes in the band. We have Burn, great album. Alright, Def Leppard's up next. Let's get all these out. Okay, we have On Through the Night, High and Dry, Pyromania, Hysteria, and Adrenalize. And this will probably be all the Def Leppard I'll ever buy, because honestly I'm not too impressed with anything afterwards. Even their latest album, which I heard some songs from it, didn't really do anything for me. Okay, Derek and the Dominoes, of course Layla, and other assorted love songs. Dennis DeYoung with his first solo album, Desert Moon. Love the title track. A Neil Diamond compilation. It's a pretty good one. And then we just have a couple more to go. Dio. Of course, this is Ron James Dio's band. And of course this is Holy Diver. And to finish this out, we're finishing off with some Celine Dion. We have Let's Talk About Love. A New Day Has Come. And then Essentials. So there you have it. That is part 1 of my updated CD collection series. If you enjoyed this, then please give it a like. And of course, comment below what is your thoughts on the collection so far. So hopefully part 2 won't be as long as part 1, but there'll still be some surprises along the way, I guarantee it. And I also won't be on the swivel chair anymore, so the likelihood of me falling to my death will be much slimmer. So again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you then. Goodbye for now.